Alright, so it's been a while, but I assume you generally remember what we did last time. Which is really not much.
Not much. It was planning, and finding out the train might be connected to our outlets.
Yeah. Also, you exploded a little.
Yes.
Actually, you exploded medium. Because there was a smaller explosion that could have happened, and then there was a way worse explosion that could have happened. So you moderately exploded. But that was fun. Got to test that out. Yeah, let's see. Mostly you guys did a lot of, well, by you guys, I mean Lucky's character, who will be with us in a moment, he did lots of ritual magic to solve problems. Because that's what you do when you have lots of free time on your hands. You got... Actually, that's the thing I need to do. I need to get my tabs open for NPCs. Make sure to leave that open just in case. There we are. Mage's War folder. But, through the power of requisition rolls, you were able to get Calanthe her giant anti-tank rifle. And after lots of math, we figured out she can actually use it to hurt the train a little bit. Let's see. I don't think you actually conned the quartermaster out of anything else, really, other than that. God, it's been a while. I don't remember all your names. Bailey had to talk the QM into giving him some more gear, because lots of his gear mysteriously exploded.
I only, I think, I repaired 2 items, and I think I had to, replace 1. Or was it 2?
Yeah.
I think I replaced 1 or 2 and repaired 1 or 2.
Yeah, and honestly, since I think all the stuff that was actually hurt was your baseline gear, it wasn't a huge deal anyway.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was funny that, a few hours ago you were like, Arthur was like, hey, buddy, you got an anti-tank rifle back there? And he was like, okay. And then, a few hours later, you're like, hey, QM, my stuff blew up. Can I get some more stuff? That guy doesn't even have a name. Maybe he should. But that's for a different discussion. Let's see. You did get... What's her face? Find my names. Yeah. Second Lieutenant Seraphin to actually fly up. That was one of the things you fixed with magic. And she took some recon photos, and I think they actually turned out okay. So now you've got legit recon photos on your conspiracy board. In the officer's car, the command car. You've got your literal corkboard with your, crappy 1920s, or technically 19-teens still, photographs, your maps, possibly some colored string.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy board.
Well, you are kind of fighting a conspiracy. There's a spooky demon train out there. Actually, as far as you know, it's actually just a golem, but it's still a scary magic train that's up to no good. And I don't think anybody really took it very seriously, but Seraphin did report that it looked like there were some cargo cars that were on the train which were being filled up with local people of the peasantry variety.
Yeah,
Nobody really seemed too concerned about that at the time, but it was a thing.
Yeah, that... Oh, yeah, I did remember that.
I'm sure once Lucky gets back, he can do a more thorough notes that can hit all our high beats. And hopefully remember exactly where we stopped. But generally, it was basically you guys were trying to formulate a plan to stop or halt the train, because the train doesn't have to stop, because it's a golem. And then basically board the train, and then probably take the engine and be like, hey, what's up with this weird golem train?
And since blowing it up or any of that, but it doesn't seem like it's very possible.
No, it's not super feasible. You could definitely try and damage the rails to get it to stop, or do like a tunnel collapse or something. You could try and figure out some stuff.
Yeah, and from what I know last time, I think Lucky Character actually wants ours.
Yeah, no, he wants... Well, yeah, because he's a metal mage. He wants to see what they used as the core for this thing. But I believe that everybody basically agreed that jumping on the side of this thing was probably your only way to get real answers out of it, or stop it for very long. Because it's a big scary train, and apparently doesn't talk to anybody.
Right.
Though, if I remember rightly, Arthur did bring up, hey, can we just yell at them to be like, hey, what's your deal?
Right there is that I think before we actually go for a train, we're going to talk to the allies about it.
Yeah, you can find some stuff.
Hopefully it's not like an actual thing that they're using.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm assuming, like you said, he was a little out of it, but I'm assuming he actually wrote down some stuff and maybe some bullet points, so if you guys scrap together a plan, you've got it. But anyway, let's see. I don't think the train stopped anywhere. You were mostly just working as it rolled.
Yep.
So, yeah, you know, you're rolling on. It's a new session, so I guess technically stuff like luck obviously comes back if you guys are down any luck points. I think lucky wasn't really spent any. Thinking about my basic time ticks. Nobody should have any wounds, and if you do, that's all gotten back anyway, because you guys have had a couple days to rest. You should be full up on ammo and all that. I guess then the question for now, because even if you wanted to go talk to people, I think other than some of the NPCs, Lucky is your best talker. I think did he actually take a peel in there somewhere? I think he did. He definitely took negotiation. He might have bought a peel. So, yeah, I guess the primary question to start out is, you know, what other prep work do you want to do? Are there any items you want to look for? Any gear you need now? Anything like that? If you want to try and scrape together any fun stuff. Since it's been a while, Here it is, there's our tab. The reliquary list has pretty decent expansion if you need any odds and ends for anything you're thinking of specifically. I don't really know if any of you will necessarily find this helpful, but you know, there's stuff in there. You might want a fire extinguisher or a dictaphone. You don't actually want a dictaphone. You could use a vacuum cleaner. It's actually kind of expensive. I don't know if you'd actually find a vacuum cleaner lying around here. But, you know, you could get all kinds of stuff you need for things, for magic things. Let's see. I'm going to find my notepad, which is not there. Okay, now I gotta get up. And where did I put it? Where'd you go, notepad? Yes, I was gonna write down what the timestamp was about now to maybe do a little post-show editing, because there's a lot of dead air. There it is. It's over there, okay. Okay. Let's see, so about what time code? I can't roll it back. And I'll probably cut a lot of that out. Well, my audio wave looks a lot better when I talk directly into the microphone. Maybe I should do that more. Just the other day, Lucky was telling me about our video game book club, and he said I sounded kind of soft, and I was like, well, I stood up a few times. So maybe that was my problem. I talk over here, I talk over here. Okay. Now that we've had fun playing around with audio direction while I vamp, does anybody have anything they want to do? You're in the game to do things, so if you don't know what you want to do, you should probably think about it. I'm going to move my microphone back off me a little bit, because I think I'm getting a little blown out there.
Well, I think I already did all the preparation I wanted to do.
Well, did you get everything you actually want?
I can't think of anything to do.
Let's see here. Oh, right. I did procure satchel charge.
Okay, so you actually got that. That's important. I thought you had, but I wanted to make sure, because now would be an opportunity to...
two of those and 2 time bombs.
So I'm going to die if I'm going to roll for something to happen.
And then, let's see here. So, checking my gear.
It did remind me, I did actually roll a random encounter I wanted to do, but I think, of course, Lucky's the character who's going to get the most out of it, so we might wait for him to show up.
Right.
I can think of something fun to do in the meantime. Yeah, actually, no. Here, this makes sense. At the very least, somebody in the party can roll some dice. So, while you guys are gallivanting about with nothing better to do with your time, because the captain basically gave you the day off to think about and potentially solve this problem, the train actually starts to slow down a little. Maybe not a full halt, but it definitely starts rolling a little slower.
Right.
And you don't care, apparently. You asked
sorry.
nobody of nothing.
I am a little curious, admittedly. Why are we slowing down?
Yeah.
Alright, you ask, one of the crewmen on the train. There's probably some yelling up and down the line. So it turns out that apparently there was a bit of a temperature drop in the past couple of hours, and some water in the train has frozen over in parts. So there's some minor damage, and hey, fun fact, all your machine guns are water-cooled, so they're down.
Ice.
Yeah. Which means you gotta dig the ice out of them, because that
Right.
would be bad. Those are very important.
They're not water cooled. They're ice cooled now. Of course, the ice doesn't help them function. It just keeps them cold.
Yeah, no, it's bad. So the train's, to avoid damaging anything, the train's slowing down a little while they get some crews to dig out some ice and maybe heat some stuff up.
Yeah. I'll... I think Bailey will pitch in with that.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a mechanics test. This is one of the several things I have pulled from actual anecdotes of history. This problem apparently plagued a lot of the American troops in the area. They had problems with water and pipes and in their machine guns freezing over.
Okay, so that should be 2 degrees of success.
Alright, so originally this was going to take probably a couple hours. With your expert help, and also the fact that you can just make fire with your hands.
Yep.
Excuse me. You're able to help speed along the process, get all the water dug out and melted. They dig up like some salt somewhere to change the freezing balance of the water and stuff. And
Yay.
the train can speed up to normal function again.
You fixed it!
Huh.
Good job. Everybody, pat on the back. Naturally, the one guy in the unit who's never frozen can fix the problem of freezing.
Yep.
Tony Stark, eat your heart out. Icing problem solved.
Yeah.
Well, honestly,
At least it's better than having too much excitement.
Bailey's character would never have the icing problem in the first place because he's immune to severe cold. So long as he's conscious and can move around.
Right.
Which does probably technically mean you still want to sleep with some heavy blankets and a space heater.
Right.
Actually, that's a good question. Do I have a heater on my item list? Not that it matters, because I believe we've previously established when you and Arthur moved to the garage car with your mobility units, you already had a furnace or whatever to heat it. But now I'm just wondering if I actually put that in a list somewhere. Because if not, that's the thing to remember. That's how additions should be made, ladies and gentlemen. When you find a gap you don't cover, cover it. It doesn't sound like my scratching on the notepad came up through the microphone, but I actually took notes. So the train slows for a little, which will probably keep you from getting anywhere important for a little bit.
Yeah.
But
So,
you fixed it. There was no horrible attack. No army of bear riders came over the hills and assaulted you while all the machine guns are down.
that's good.
I can just keep rolling through my list then, I guess. Well, continue to wait. Let's see, what's another good occurrence to happen? Alright, so, for a while there, you were on a single track section of the rail. That's why you had to pull over when you had the ghost train encounter a couple sessions ago. And some other problems. Probably why the train didn't stop completely to deal with your icing problem. But you enter an area of double tracks again. The rail kind of splits generously, so there's a little bit of coming and going. Since you guys appear not to have anything better to do, you probably poke your heads out occasionally and watch some stuff other than, fixing some things. Looks like there's a little, I think the pronunciation is Drycene. It's basically like a little, like a car that has been, excuse me, that has been put on rail tracks. So, like, not like, tiny, that classic image of, like, the little push carts, not that small, but not a full-blown train engine. It's literally like a truck that has been turned into a small rail car.
Okay.
You see one of those with Scythian markings on the second track. Stopped, appears to be doing some maintenance.
Okay.
Obviously, you could wait for your train to, slow down or something so you could hop off and talk to these people. And in fact, as you guys are getting closer, it looks like... Because this was actually pretty typical of the time. It looks like you see a couple of your fellow American railway techs who are actually doing the repairs on track and telegraph lines, which is actually what happened because, once again, funnily enough, the Russian Revolution with the communist Bolsheviks kind of really ate into the working class technical skills of the Scythian government. So, yeah, there aren't a lot of railway workers left who work for the white government anymore. So, in this case, federal states supplied a lot of specialists and technicians to actually man the railways and run the train engines and do all the repairs and all that other stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this appears to be and actually, I can show you a picture of these little things. Here's a little one. Yeah, here we go. This is like a drawing, but it's similar to this little thing. So it's basically an armored cart with like a truck engine on it to run the wheels. These actually, if you're curious, have stats in yonder core book under the vehicle section.
Okay, so it's... I think it's Scythian Markings and it's American, well, the federal state technicians, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, it's basically an armored cart. It's got a machine gun turret on it. There's a burly-looking white Scythian guy on that. There's probably a couple of them with their rifles hanging around doing Overwatch. And then there's just a bunch of, actual radio technicians with their toolkits. Some of whom are probably very, unfortunately, climbing some telegraph poles to run some line repairs. So they're having a real fun time. But if you ever wanted to stop and talk to another American unit, here's an opportunity.
Right, I'm just thinking about if Bailey would care.
That is a fair question. Do you actually care? Arthur would care, but Arthur's taking a nap right now.
Yeah, Arthur would totally care, but Bailey doesn't really care. I don't know about Kirby's character.
James. Alright. That's a good question for him. Does he care?
What exactly are we asking about if we care about again? Exactly?
If you care to basically stop and, ask these yonder guys, because you've come across, friendly units.
They're friendly units of technicians and, like, people on a modified thing that's supposedly a smaller...
And we're asking them about...
Well, you're not asking about anything is kind of the point.
Also, just, like, friendly chit-chat, if we want to do that. Because they're currently...
Unless we really need to discuss something with them, it's not really necessary, but if there's something, if we want to just make sure they're alright, I suppose we could do that.
Well, you can, you guys have general authority. You can call for a stop to say that it's in your best interest to ask these guys, how things are going with their unit.
Yeah.
Alright. So your train basically pulls up to a halt. There's a lot of waving. A couple of the regular, enlisted guys on your train, the regular soldiers. Excuse me. I turned away to cough. They, exchange some pleasantries with your guys, your friends.
Hey,
Hey, look at that. And he's lucky just in time to care about the situation. Arthur wakes up from his nap. As soon as Lucky finds his microphone. That's closer. You almost got it. Wiggle it some more. I'm getting some static. He's coming to us from an actual train tunnel. I can keep vamping like this all day. You just keep making jokes till he fixes it.
No? Yes?
Yeah, no, here.
Yeah, it's clear.
Alright, there we go.
Sorry, I paused. Literally just before you did that, I paused the recording so I could go back and double check the dead air, and then you started talking, so I had to very quickly unpause the recording. Otherwise, you would just show up magically. Okay.
What's wrong with that?
It's confusing for continuity.
It's still magic, so hey.
Magic!
Fine,
alright, so what I miss?
Fucking nothing. If I'm being completely honest, absolutely nothing. Well, okay, Bailey fixed the machine guns that were frozen over for like 5 seconds.
Oh, cool.
Because I needed it to fill some airtime.
Then we stopped to talk to a friendly unit.
Yeah, the train was just rolling on by. You came to a section where the tracks were doubled again, so there were basically... You were on one side of the rail and there was another side. And there's a little armored Dracaene on the other side, which actually has some American technicians doing some work repairing the track and the telegraph lines. Because that's what happens.
Cool.
Yeah.
And there was the there was the very real question of, did these two guys actually care enough to stop the train and talk to these people? But now that's not a problem.
I came up with that. Bailey doesn't really care.
That's fine.
But you managed to think of it to stop anyway. Yes, so, yeah, you're here. There's some guys. Some poor...
So we did stop and...
Yes, you are stopping.
Just to talk to them, guess, check up on them.
Alright, well, let's see what news they bring. Any reports they may have.
Alright. So, yeah, like I was saying, there are some... some of the regular enlisted guys on the train, that's right, that's where my train of thought was. They... exchange pleasantries, they shake hands and all that whatnot. And then they, they say back hellos and stuff. They seem kind of friendly. Though obviously some of them are not necessarily happy about what they're doing because it's winter in Siberia and somebody's, scaling a telegraph pole.
Right.
But yeah, no, they're minding their own business. They're happy to see you. I assume the brain trust assembles and hops off the train to talk to them, gather intel.
I'll bring them a hot pot of coffee.
All right, you were their best friend forever.
Right not.
I'm just asking if they've seen anything strange, any weird reports. So I make sure to ask if any of their equipment is down.
Now one of them
make sure they're
one of them in the actual Dracaene thing kind of taps the side of it and says, "Nah, this thing works fine. It runs on gas."
All right,
of course, gas rationing's a little rough sometimes. He kind of looks at the train and you got your cargo cars. Hope you got some more on this thing. But yeah, mostly fine. It's a little cold. Now, you say you're looking for weird reports.
Yeah.
Well, now, just the other night, me and the boys had to get up early to get out here so we can deal with this. He gestures, with the telegraph poles, and do some other minor repairs. Reset a couple of. My mind completely blanked on the railroad ties. That's it. The big wooden blocks. Get some ties in. Check some of the spikes. That kind of stuff. Make sure you guys don't run into any problems. down the line.
By the way, which language is this guy speaking again?
Well, this guy's an American. So he's
Okay.
speaking
Well,
English.
right.
A universal language. America. But anyway, yeah, so he's like, yeah, man, me and the boys, we got up early to go out here, and, there was a big old armored train barreled right through in the middle of the night. Went into the switching yard, a couple towns down where we're working out of. And they, actually got switched, despite the fact that it was the middle of the night. He kind of leans forward. He speaks quietly, but at the same time, you can tell that the Scythians in this unit don't really speak great English. They obviously have a translator in the unit. It might even be this guy, that's why he's standing down on the ground and not up on a telegraph pole. But, he says, now, usually these guys, they don't like to get up in the middle of the night unless somebody's shooting at them. But they were right lickety-split about sending that train. I think they put it on a southern rail line going back out of the country, probably into Mongolia or whatever.
Across the border, huh?
Yep. I think that line's... He points generally southward. It's over yonder that way somewhere. Obviously, you guys will be going that way. He kind of clasps you on the shoulder. You're bringing supplies further up to the front.
That's right. Now, was that one time the only time you seen this train?
Well, let's see. Do I actually describe what stats these guys should have? Okay. Let's see. That was 2d10s, not percentile dice. Helps you roll the right thing, and it does. So he passes his int check, 21 under 35. Kind of thinks about it, kind of taps his chin and says, yeah, actually. Hey, Bill! He calls up to one of the guys on the telephone pole. Bill kind of nervously leans back and he's like, yeah? There was another sighting of that weird armored train from the other night, right? What was it, a couple weeks back? And he's like, yeah, I was just coming off shift. It blew in from the southern line, going faster than I thought those things could move. They're heavy. Got turned right around, started heading this way, I think. It picked up a load of empty cargo cars from the rail yard and came out. I think those cars were actually empty when it came back. Don't know what they were doing with them. Yeah, kind of shrinks. Yeah, you hear a lot of those weird stories. Half of them are, urban legends, ghost stories and stuff. Lots of guys sticking out here on the front. They're bored. They don't have anything better to do. I mean, what do you... Well, I suppose you guys are mages. You probably have, all kinds of oogity-boogity you can get up in your spare time. But most of us, we don't, guys out on the front, they don't got anything better to do. So they make up dumb fairy stories. But you hear them all the time. The spooky invisible ghost train. I've heard some rumors that there's trains like that, flattening rebellious villages out in the hinterlands. Don't know how much of that is true. Though the guns on those things, you could certainly knock a few buildings down.
Alright. Well, thank you for sharing.
Alright.
Hey,
That's something.
thank you
That's
for
definitely
sharing the coffee, brother.
It's like you say you're rationing gas. How strapped are you?
It's not a huge deal. Usually we got enough to keep this thing running out and back. And there's more guys further back your way on the line who come out if we can't grid it. But we're definitely, not stocked for much more than another week of this. Goddamn Bolsheviks always, knocking down the telegraph wires in the middle of the night. I don't know what they do. I think they, throw axes or stones at it or something. It's a real pain in my ass.
This whole fight's a pain in the ass.
You're gonna tell me twice, brother.
No.
I signed up to, go fight in the trenches, not the snow.
Well, hopefully these supplies will make a difference and get us all home that much quicker.
Amen to that, brother.
Alright, well, I'm not gonna keep you from your work. You probably want to get this out and get done.
Yep.
Alright, party class on the shoulder.
Yep. Yes,
Not the other
real
fellows.
manly army men.
Anyone else have anything to ask the good sirs?
Not really.
Alrighty. Alright, adjourn back to the train, get things started, go to the command car with our corkboard and maps of this projected train routes. It's at that little bit of information. So it picks up empty cargo cars and returns with none.
No,
That's
they
weird.
said that it returned with cars that were empty. Still, they think.
Oh, they think.
And
okay.
you do know.
That's still weird.
Yeah, from Seraphine's report, she said that it looked like they had cars they were loading people into just cargo cars and transporting them when she reconned the place.
Yeah, we definitely need to ask this train a few questions. Alright, well, let's see if we can intercept it tonight. So, how you guys want... Excuse me?
I was going to say, Ozzy, you're going for the lovely night intercept.
Well, I think it's our probably best bet. I just have a feeling. I feel this should be done at night.
Sure thing.
With the information we have, can we make a... Well, actually, shoot, we don't even know if it will be coming this way. You say they've only seen it a couple times over the past few weeks. We just saw it, like, what? Last night? Where did Seraphim see it? She reconned it. Like, how far away was it when she got eyes on it?
Not too far. If I
Not
gave
too
an
far?
exact distance, I don't remember it. Yeah, it would be a bit of a ranging, but obviously she was able to get there and back in a few hours in flight time, as the crow flies. Actually, mages would probably say something goofy like as the witch flies or something.
But, yeah, we must see about maybe, adjusting our course slightly to put us on par with the train's projected course. And see how that works.
Well, yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do about changing your route short of actually taking the southern route, kind of chasing it, as it were. Which would probably not happen because these supplies have to go places.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll just hope for the best.
But you can definitely try and keep going kind of similar to the area it operates, and then you can try and basically leave your train and go out and try and observe it.
Yeah. That's probably our best bet. So... with that in mind... I have a quick question. When you enchant something, how easy is it to dispel said enchantment? It's like, alright, I don't want this enchanted anymore. It's done. Can I just do that?
Let me see if I wrote any explicit notes about that. And enchantments. Enchantments. Content steel machine.
I bet it probably. I would guess it probably depends on how, on some, a few factors on how difficult.
Tools, spells. Time, of course, to have magic talent. Da-da.
So what are we trying to figure out right now?
Human.
I'm just asking an enchantment question. Otherwise, we're gonna go try and get close to the train area, and then we're gonna go observe it. Maybe jump on it. do cool stuff.
Okay.
Flex effects. Okay. So, the answer to that question is no, I don't actually have any drop conditions handled, but I'll do that right now, because you have a limit to your intelligence mod.
Alright, but for right now, when I have, I don't know, is it time for my watch? Probably time for my watch.
Well, yeah, you guys basically have a day off. The captain told you to focus on intelligence gathering and planning on how to handle this situation.
Well, I'm going to handle this situation by... I'm going to enchant temper onto my body armor. Because... Jesus Christ. I might get shot by a train.
Yeah, that could happen. Let's see.
Which would probably hurt worse than getting run over by it.
Yeah.
Depending, if it's.
I mean, there's a giant snowplow on this thing.
It's going at full speed. You're getting like however many newtons of force against you.
Listen, impact damage is bad.
Yeah. That hurt. Moy.
It's like falling. And as we have previously established, falling damage sucks.
Yes.
There's never a system where it doesn't suck.
Well, listen, taking an unbalanced fall really doesn't do you any good. Environmental hazards are down here by fear chest, so falling such impact. Yeah, impact works a similar way, but deals 1d10 damage for each 10 kph the object or vehicle is moving.
Oh god.
If two objects or vehicles are both moving, use the combined speed. So the train has a top speed of like 45 kph, so that's 4 d10s, which ignores armor but not toughness.
Wow.
You can brace still to have the damage, but you don't want to get hit by a train.
So, yeah. I guess I might have been wrong about when I suggested it was...
I mean, technically, I think it would be less because vehicle weapon doubles versus infantry. But still, yeah, he's bad.
It's painful.
Either way, it's painful. Messing around with vehicles on foot is not rewarding for you.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, so...
There's my enchantment check.
Right.
I mean, I'm looking right at it if you need me to read it.
Nope, alright, so I'm gonna do a... Let's see here. Procurement roll? For supply? I am looking in the wrong thing. Good job, man. Wait, do I have? I do. That's why. Son of a bitch. I had two instances of the main Mage of War document open and thinking one of them was the field guide. I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't look right. I'm dumb. Alright, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, so... Virtual magic... Shoo-ba-da-doo. Boop.
Alright, so dropping an enchantment is now a free action, so long as it's not an indefinite enchantment, the really long-lasting ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then that immediately ends the spell effect and frees up a slot.
Nice. Alright, well, let's see here. So I'm going to... Ooh. Alright, so I'm going to cast enchantments. I mean, not cast enchantment. I'm going to enchant my body armor with temper. It says I don't need any components except for my body armor. Temper is a 100 experience spell, so that means divided by 5. Its complexity is 20. Let me see here. Enchantments counts as a ritual, correct?
Yep. It is a ritual magic.
It is a ritual magic. Alright, so I get a plus 10 for that.
Okay.
No, that seems it. So I'm gonna roll my bones. That was horrible. Let's see
Well, all
here.
your luck refreshed because we started a new session. So if you want to reroll those dice,
I'm gonna roll them points. Roll my luck and do a little bit better.
no, you could have just. It's not necessarily a terrible failure when you fail an enchantment roll.
Oh, is it? Well, let me double check failure here. I
think it's type of ritual.
Oh, that's why.
Let's talk about the generic rule.
No, I'll spend the point of luck.
Yeah.
I don't want my item getting damaged right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. That happens automatically.
Yeah. So 31. So that's passed with like 2 degrees of success.
All right, so you've done it.
Yay!
Complexity 20. It's done so. That will now last a year and a day. And that's with your current stats.
Well, let's see. A temper increases the armor value by my will modifier, which is 4.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Now, that's what I mean by your current stats. If your will modifier goes up while it's still enchanted, that doesn't change it.
Okay. So... Haha!
The only other thing to note is that whenever it comes into contact with an item of the opposite elemental affinity, it is damaged 1 step.
Okay, now here's a question. Because I use temper, and it requires 2 hits to be damaged, does that go into effect as well? Do I have to be hit twice? Okay.
Yeah, it has to take 2 contacts then.
Alrighty.
But it still counts. It's constant, touching a bundle of twine or a piece of paper or a stick will constantly chip at that damage. So be careful.
I'll be careful then. Alrighty. But I got frickin' 6 armor on my head, arms and legs, and 8 on my body, so...
It's pretty good.
Come at me, bro.
That'll actually stop some things.
Yeah. Now just wait till I get a sweet duster and passive barrier. I will be nigh unstoppable.
We'll see about that.
I said nigh!
And
Bill Nye?
I could just see Omega just writing down notes. Make that.
Like, challenge accepted.
Test. Throw the kitchen sink.
Ah!
No, the kitchen sink wouldn't help. Actually, honestly, and non-elemental spells like passive barrier are better because they wouldn't take the damage necessarily.
Because they are neutral.
Yeah. But they're all about how the ether works, not necessarily what type it is.
Right.
As I have the experience to get it, but I want to put it on my sweet duster, and I don't know if I'm gonna get a sweet duster out here in the Scythian,
in
forests.
Siberia? I mean, you can. You never know. You could try.
Well, once we hit our next big town, I'll look. But for now, I'm good. All right. So I got my sweet armor.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a question. So if I was to enchant another item and let someone else use that item, that still counts against my enchantment.
Yeah, because you did the rolling.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, well, I said that's it for me. I could cast Temper on my sword, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. What does it do for my sword again?
Probably increase at least a pen.
Oh, it increases its damage and pen. You know what, screw it. I'm gonna enchant my sword with Temper too. Because
it's totally worth it.
it is totally worth it. Let's see here. I forget, do I have to get a full degree of success for it to count as a success?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can get 0 degrees and it still counts as a success, but it doesn't go anywhere. You just waste 5 minutes or 10 minutes, however long it is, not fucking up the ritual.
I'm literally 1
Oh.
point away from having that 1 degree. I
Oh,
rolled
and you said that the armor with temper or loses or gets damaged if it's exposed to an item of the opposite.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's was it item or magic?
No, yeah,
No,
it's
yeah, I
materials.
know.
It's materials.
Material, yeah.
So best keep it away from anything that I would work with then.
Well, yeah, I mean, you guys. Hopefully, you guys aren't gonna need to hug.
Yeah.
But yes, anything magical or physically that element. So don't.
Keep it away from tree.
Yes, don't touch it. Don't touch your armor against any trees, against the railroad ties, lots of other stuff. Same with your sword. No attacking any trees. Okay.
That's gonna make it tricky, isn't it?
Well, as the temper, like, things are harder to damage, so I got a little bit of leeway there.
Yeah.
It's mostly just
there's
don't do anything dumb.
Don't do that. Don't do anything. Don't. Oh man, that sucks, man. You can't temper an axe to cut down trees. That just backfires horribly.
Yeah, it does. welcome to the paradox of metal and wood mages. It kind of sucks for both of them.
It's like,
Oh my god, steel is in everything.
All right, but so yeah, I only got I got a 54 out of. I mean, I got a 45 out of 54, so I got like barely didn't get
right,
that.
so this is all just preparation work. then.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I said that like. So I'm.
Should I?
Oh, 23. Cool.
well, there's your degrees.
Could still cast
Yeah.
my splinter rounds.
Yes,
Yeah, if you
can
want.
cast them now.
What?
I said if you can cast them now, or you could wait. Something like
Oh,
Actually, no.
okay. I'll just cast them now.
Yeah, I would too. If you got some special ammo you want to load up, because I'm gonna load up me some stun rounds because those were super useful last time when it worked. Yeah, F off, troll. Now, let me see here.
Okay,
Oh, what's my
so-
tennis modifier again?
yeah, what is your intel modifier?
I think it's a 3. Shit. X, why you have to be right there, X? Oh yeah, it's 3, so... I can carry up to 3 enchantments.
Mm,
Very well, very well. And so that's 2. What's up?
Nothing. It's just like, so it's like, if I do like, all I know is that splinter rounds make it so that I do make it so the. Okay, so if any of your damage dice show a number less than your DOS on your spellcast roll, you may change that to that result by 1 DOS. So it's like,
So it's mostly useless.
yes.
Now that you say that, you got me thinking about maybe altering that a little for other things. Maybe not less, but maybe you can set any number of your damage dice or a certain number to
So-
1. So theoretically, you could softball it if you wanted, but I will think about that. For now, yes, you have just rolled poorly on Splinter.
Okay, so
You could
this
just
is-
reload your gun and it goes away, though, and try again.
Yeah, this is what it is.
Yeah, okay, so it's already a maximum number of dice. You go to your will mod. He says with a pen in the mouth.
So it's just, I could reload then try again.
I think I might make that. Because theoretically, you could want to you could choose to lowball your damage roll if you wanted.
Right.
That would actually be useful.
Do I actually want... Yeah, I'll reload and try again.
Hey, you're,
I'm gonna
you're
load
still
my-
working.
What?
I will, what?
I said you're still learning.
Yeah.
The first time it exploded.
I will, oh god, that's right.
Second time. Not
Kinda-
just like... It's like...
kinda-
Much just like... This doesn't seem right. So I'll spend a point of luck, burn it, charge
Have you
my
been-
Fury core.
Oh, you're going for the big damage.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I mean, yeah. If he gets a decent number of degrees of success, it'll turn out pretty good because he can be like, oh, I rolled a 2. I want to make that a 4 or a 5.
Alright, well, I'm gonna roll for my stun rounds here. What do I got? I got a 9. Okay, 9. So that's 3 degrees of success. I'm gonna put that in there. Alrighty. I got gun. I got sword.
Okay.
I got armor. I think I'm ready to fight a train.
So I roll again, and after
jeez.
everything,
Yeah,
the
okay.
pluses, yeah. It should be...
Go ahead, hit me. I'm saying OGs to Mr. Stun Rounds. That's 3 lost actions if they fail the toughness test.
So now that's 7 degrees of success.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, okay. You did it big. Now you can set any of your dice that aren't 7 to 7. And since this is on your SMG, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, okay. That means you would do at minimum, what is it, +2?
Yeah, so 9.
So you do a minimum 9 damage. So long as you have that mag per bullet.
That's terrifying.
It's like, gotta go big when it's a Golem train.
Also, that's his auto-fire weapon.
Oh, God.
Woo! So anytime there's like not a 7, it's a 7.
The beauty of Splinter Rounds. It's a little RNG dependent, but you get it right, really sets you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice.
Yes.
Which
Especially
basically the way I assume Splinter Rounds work is like the magic can activate to basically turn it into like a hollow point or a frangible bullet. So
Right.
instead of just doing a glancing blow, the round kind of shatters inside the target to do more damage.
fun.
Yeah, I know, right?
Whereas the Earth Spell Shatter Rounds always shatters inside the target and just does more special damage. But
Right.
anyway, enough about gruesome bullet damage. Now, I did actually, before we ended last time, I actually rolled one of my random encounters, but I'm wondering, because we've been going for already an hour of recording time, if we want to just get this show on the road. I'll basically ask you guys, one of my random encounters is called Snake Oil Salesman, and basically an old guy on a donkey would ride by with lots of random alchemy things and stuff if you want to buy from him. If you basically want a magic shop on a donkey. But I'll ask you guys, is there anything you want to buy from a donkey-mounted traveling magic salesman? Because
Actually,
if not, there's not really a point to bog down with him showing up.
Yeah.
Right. I don't
can't
really. There's nothing I'm gonna buy. I don't think.
well, there's I do want maybe want to get me a new focus because there's all those special focuses, foci.
Yeah,
Is foci is foci
Yes.
the plural?
Yes, it's foci.
I think just.
So one eye.
I think there's just one. I think just one focus will work for me for now.
Where's my thing? How much MC do I have? I only have 45 MC though. I don't think I can actually.
Another payday.
Yeah, never payday. Yeah, so actually, I would probably not buy. So,
Alright.
well, I would. There are things I would want. Nothing I probably would actually buy.
So I'll save it. Okay. So let's say that here's a convenient thing. As you kind of come into the evening, you pull into the town that those soldiers were working out of, because the train was able to speed back up. So now you're at kind of a common origin point. You know, kind of along the lines where that armored train operates.
Alright.
And your train will probably stop here for a little bit to actually distribute some of your supplies. Though you're probably not quite far enough. Westerly. Because you're traveling west.
Okay.
To be done with your route, but you can drop some supplies here, and that makes a good spot for the train to stop and maybe wait a couple days and not get too far ahead of you as you guys run a quote-unquote scouting operation.
Yep. Alright. So, let's, Yeah, let's start this at night. We arrive. Everyone suit up. Get your strikers. Make sure you heal. Make sure you have food for a couple days. Eat a hearty meal.
Right.
Well, I think everybody gets a... Does everybody get a survival ration as part of their default gear?
Yeah, they get one.
Yeah.
I would say if we might be out for a couple days, get a couple more. Go talk to Quartermaster. See if he can spare a couple more. So we got plenty of snow. Water won't be an issue, although we will have to drink a lot if we have to go in for the long haul. So I believe it or not, you actually get dehydrated faster in snow.
Well, yeah,
snowy areas.
The cold takes all the moisture out of the air.
Yep.
So yeah, it's rather dry.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So,
why
but we do. But our
Antarctica
mess
is technically a desert.
Yep. So make sure you bring your mess kits. They come with a canteen.
Mhm.
Right.
And you've got a guy with fire starter, so you always have fire. Literally, you can just have him hold... You can fill your canteens with snow and have him hold it for a little bit.
Yep.
And voila! Oh, you might want to have him hold it a little longer than absolutely necessary. That way you don't have ice water to start.
Yeah, well, also you probably want to boil it. Yeah,
Yeah.
the water's not
Yes.
pure coming out of the
Put a
snow.
little bit of salt in there.
Other than maybe have to pour.
Well, also the
alcohol
thing you do
to
is
the water.
you probably... Actually, what you want to do is you want to make sure you have an alcohol ration. Because
Yeah,
that also keeps
I
it from
watched-
freezing and makes it sterile.
I watched the movie African Queen, which I saw the person constantly adding in alcohol into the water.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, that's one of the things you do. That's where grog comes from. You water down your alcohol with water so it stays watery, but also is sterile.
Well, guess what? This guy bought a bunch of local Scythian vodka.
All
The
right.
water of life. So we're good there.
You travel in
Right.
style. You bring a couple bottles, still keep everything sterile. So, survival rations they cost 1 MC if you want to just buy them, but they're also plentiful. So it's like plus 30 on the roll. Or is it plus 20? Whatever. Procurement. Yeah, no, it's plus 30. So if you want to roll to get some more.
That would be procurement,
Yep.
and I believe.
And are you gonna pull the whole second squad out?
Excuse me?
Are you gonna pull your whole second squad out? That's you three and then your 3 NPCs?
Yeah.
Alright, Kirby will be right back.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys wanna
Yeah.
roll some ration dice?
Gosh.
Oh, I already started with 3 rations, so I'm good there. But my question is if we have to stay out, that's being exposed. We either have to find shelter or bring shelter. So I'm gonna go.
I'm pretty sure 2-man tents are in my master item list. Did anybody buy a bedroll?
I have a bedroll, but still, like,
I also have a bedroll.
as a. Well, actually, we might be alright if we can just find a thick grove of trees or a cave. I don't know. Does anyone have survival?
I have survival.
Then you might be able to find us a good cave.
Yeah,
I
you can forage for your supplies
I
and stuff.
bought the skill just right before the session began.
Nice.
Because, like, I could
You're
have
in-
gone...
I just met-
Yeah. I could have gone, like, investigation or academics, but it's like, nah.
Good pick, good pick. I just imagined you learned you were swinging softly in your hammock and you just have a survival guide open. Just reading.
It's like,
Alright, so technically, yeah, the bedroll means you guys can sleep comfortably anywhere. Those of you that have them.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
whole point is... but if you want to make sure you're, like... And if you find, like, a cave or a shack or something, then yes, that'll actually work.
Yeah, we have, if need be. Actually, if need be, I'll probably just burn a whole bunch of fucking mana and just do weather control. Clear skies all night. Well, no, not clear skies. Cloudy skies.
Yeah.
Keeps the heat down. Keeps the heat in.
But if anybody wants to pick up a tent, they're a common item where they cost 10 MC.
Oh.
And they weigh 9 kilos
What?
for a 2-man tent.
At least it's not fucking rope.
Honestly, I might have to double check my research on that because looking at all this stuff, I'm not sure why rope is quite so heavy. I'm not sure what my basis on that was. Then again, I've got 30 meters of metal cable that's like 15 kilos. Which I think is technically... It's stronger than rope, but technically it's thinner.
Yeah. Let's see here. I got my signet ring, got my rescue hook, got rations, gas mask, flares. Flares are good.
If you guys want to find charcoal or coal, that's in there. You probably won't need a fire extinguisher. If you want to buy your own firewood, that's plentiful. 1 MC per day worth of firewood. If anybody wants to get a folding bathtub, just in case, so you can bathe in the wilderness. But also, yes, if you guys are going to be gone for a couple days, you're going to want multiple survival rations. I just double-checked. It's 1 ration is 1 day's worth of food.
Yep. That's why I said that. That's why I said 3.
Which is luckily why they're cheap and not heavy.
I got some flares. Maybe I should trade him out for a flare gun.
Okay, so he's at 5 days worth of food.
Yeah. Got my cold weather gear, got my focus. Got my Magi kit with its alchemist kit, lighter, pen and pad, chalk, salt, wax candles, soap, my void stone. Oh!
That's actually useful unless you've got a light at night.
Mm-hmm. It's a night light, literally.
You guys are going to be in Striker, so you don't need to worry about terrain.
No.
So you don't need cleats or snowshoes or anything.
Yeah. It's like, I think we're ready.
Alright.
So just wait for...
I mean, if you guys want to just go ahead and set out, we don't know how long it'll be before he gets back, and I don't know if you'll actually find the train before he comes back. So we can start rolling on the... You guys can find the train.
Roll, let's head out into the night!
Alright. So, everybody's got their chosen item list, because this will be your last chance to swap them around. Everybody knows what they're carrying, right?
Yes.
Got all your gear. Okay. And if Kirby wants something really bad, but I don't think he does, because he usually says that he's all set. Yeah, and I don't know exactly how heavily loaded he is, but I do know that he's offered to do, like, painkillers or combat sims before, so I think he's already a walking drugstore.
Right.
And if he's got a medical kit, that means he's got at least 1 medicinal bottle of brandy or something.
That's for himself.
Yeah. Well, no, if he didn't have any painkillers, that's for you.
Yeah, it's just like, here, have some.
Yeah, no, it's... Okay. Here's a pour for your bullet wound, here's a pour for you. It sterilizes, it numbs the pain. It's
shot for me to steady my hands, shot for you to numb the pain. Alcohol, man, it's just so useful.
I mean, I have heard very good arguments that without fermentation of grain and the discovery of beer, human civilization wouldn't exist.
I can believe it.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Because it's sterile and it keeps. It's a great.
And it's kept in water.
It's a great substance. Anyway, all right. I think you guys are like fully loaded with all your goofy stuff. There we go. The bullets they want. Nobody wants to try and rustle up any spare ammo or anything, right? You're happy with your default reloads?
Yes.
When I run out of ammo, I'm going to hit everything with my sword.
Fair enough.
That is my plan.
Or just magnetism, pull your bullets back and throw them at people.
Actually, I might just magnetize other people's guns.
That
Just give me that gun.
Yeah, you're going to go full Magneto.
Oh no, yeah, just wait until I use magnetic so I can draw my sword as a free action. That might be a little hard, but
Okay,
I think it's cool to think about.
I mean, you can make it pop out. All right, okay. So we didn't actually leave before Kirby got back, so I can ask him if he wants to make sure he's got anything that he needs. If he has enough rations.
I think I've got like 30.
Wow, Jesus. Okay. He's really prepared.
Well, maybe not 30, 20, but still, I am quite well prepared.
That's 20 days of food.
Yeah.
He's set. Okay, so the
He is
medic
older.
is... Well, it's good, because the medic doesn't like to shoot people, and he's terrible at it. Thus, he is carrying all of your food, drugs, probably some water. Alright, actually, that's a
Yeah.
good question. Kirby, does your character have a bedroll?
Yeah, I made sure to equip him with one.
Alright, just making sure. So everybody's got bedrolls,
So,
everybody's
yeah,
got
he's-
food, everybody's got all they need. Alright.
Heck, I've even gotten him a gun shield in case it's such a thing.
Okay.
Actually,
Cool.
if you're taking your whole squad, Conte might want that, because she's going to be sniping with her giant anti-tank rifle.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I made sure to give all of the NPCs who are with you, like, they've got a couple rations, they've all got bedrolls.
Yeah.
Alright, so, you set out in the night. Do you wait for nightfall, or do you just wait until, like, dusk?
Dusk.
Okay. Alright.
So we want to get started with some light.
Yeah.
As I said, like, because otherwise we're gonna have to start shining light, and that's, you know, people are gonna
Well,
ask.
there's another question before you leave. Does somebody in the unit have a flashlight?
Huh.
Oh, that's a good question.
I have a flashlight.
Alright.
Aren't those things like kind of on?
If if the flashlight fails, James is carrying flares, so
Yeah, I know. A
It's
couple
like
of you have
those-
flares. I'm just thinking that might be a little obvious.
I got a searchlight, but that thing's like super bright, ain't it?
Yeah, no,
I mean-
that's a big directional light.
No. And I got my void stone, so
Okay, so that's right. You've got a light constant.
is it
Flashes of light.
is it all right if I have like a cage so I can just like carry?
No, that's fine. Yeah, you can basically turn it into a hooded lantern.
Yeah, there's
So
like I have a
it's
hood.
no-
Yeah, that's what I want. So it's like hood
That's
lantern.
interesting. Okay.
I hang it from my striker.
Also, yeah, no, flashlights are not very reliable in this day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
They're
also
very
like,
fragile. Don't
I think
don't
this
like
is actually
shake them.
one of the
Don't
reasons
hit
why
anybody with them. These things are not mag lights. Also, I think in the XCOM version of this, there is a tactical flashlight, and it is a mag light. It literally says, "By the way, you can also use this as a club if you like." Don't do that with these flashlights.
Right.
You will shatter them, and you won't be able to get them back.
Like, that's why I think this is why specifically I got the void stone, because like I want a source of light, but I don't like the flashlight, and the searchlight's too fucking heavy.
Yeah, no, they're heavy, and it's really bright. Honestly, the searchlight. You guys are doing ground stuff, so maybe, but the searchlight's way better for like aerial units or maybe even sub-units because, you know, if
It's
you're
dark
up in the
underwater.
sky and you want to see something on the ground, you want to shine a big fat light on it. Alright, so
I need
tracking
Right,
is
I-
either investigation or survival.
What is?
Tracking.
Uh,
So I assume, let's see. So there's two ways to go about this, actually, I'll say that. Both of them are power skills. You can either take your conspiracy board and all your maps that you've made all your markings on, bundle all up and take them with you, and you can try and follow the map route somewhere, which will be a navigation test, or you can look in the wilderness and along the train tracks for sign that your target has passed, and that'll be tracking and that'll be survival.
Take it away, Matt Barmer. You got survival,
I'm
don't you?
gonna go for survival. I'm gonna go for tracking.
Do it.
That
And there's no penalties to start because you're not in the dark yet. And even then you have light.
is- Okay.
Okay. That's what? Excuse me. Only 2
That's
degrees, I guess?
2.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
2.
So you guys all set out. Probably in like a loose formation. You don't stay too tightly together. And you were able to find signs that, yes, a big train has been through here lately. You know, you notice the tracks are cleared of snow recently, stuff like that. There's even drifts of snow that have built up along the side, as if, you know, So look like a giant snowplow came through. So you're on the right track, and you spend a couple of hours heading in that direction, but you don't see it yet. Let's see. What's everybody's speed in strikers? Actually, let's find out what your
Let's see.
maximum
That's
team speed
will
is.
the will modifier times 10, I believe.
Yeah. I have 30 kph.
40 in my.
Yeah, 40 for me.
Alright, so probably 30 is because he's your tracker and he's leading. Everybody's limited to 30.
Mhm.
Oh, this is important. Knock a couple hours off your Ethereum course, boys.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
This rule. See, this is you guys are actually running a mission. This rule actually
Charges.
comes into play.
2
Try not to get stranded in Siberia without your strikers.
Right.
Well, this is why we have a backup!
Well, you've all got your radios, though they're a little short-ranged. The worst comes to worst, I suppose Mr. Ritual Man could try and
Cast
whip up
mana battery.
or whip up a sending ritual and be like, Captain, we're stranded in Siberia. Please help. Send the air mage if she's still with you with some cores. It's cold.
Hey, cold.
Captain, it is my official report. I can't feel my toes.
Hey, Captain, my first report. We're in Siberia.
No,
Second report.
Nobody's
guess
bothered up
what?
a navigation
It's
roll
cold.
yet. You still know where you're going. We only talk about how the only thing you know is what you're in your Siberia when you fail. Alright, so I assume you're going to keep pushing forward to track, right?
Yes.
I don't have investigation or survival, so I can't really help.
Okay, so another roll.
Let's see. And this time, make it at a -10, I think, for low light, because you're just going off flashlights or stones now.
Okay.
There we go, simple modifiers. Yep, low light is -10.
Very.
Alright, so at this point, you didn't fail, but you didn't get any extra degrees, so at this point you're kind of just operating on the assumption that it has gone this way. You don't see it stopped anywhere. You don't really find any additional signs that it's passed, and you just kind of cruise along. Knock another couple of hours off. It's well into the night now. But you guys come across a lovely little village.
Oh.
The village is pitch black. There are no lights.
Cut lights.
Yeah.
You kill the lights.
Yep.
It is now pitch dark.
Oh.
Actually, I have, for something else, a random weather table. Let's find out what the weather's like today. Because that'll actually be helpful and relevant.
I gotta check what complexity frickin' mana battery is. No, excuse me.
Alright. Light precipitation. So it is
Oh.
snowing lightly.
Fun.
Okay. Pitch black
Well,
village.
Well, if it's snowing lightly, at least that won't interfere with vision too much. It's gonna be more the darkness.
But that means there's no moon or starlight, because the clouds are over, and it's snowing a little.
That
But
means
your
there's no.
visibility is not severely impeded by it.
And you say the village is pitch black. There's no lights coming from anywhere.
None that you can see.
Oh, that sucks. Man, I really wish my Aether Sense was, like, extended further. Damn it!
Yeah,
Yes.
you need sensory for that.
Yeah, I know.
Night vision would be really helpful right about now.
It would be!
Yeah.
And you said we can't make purchases mid-game, right?
Nope.
Oh, alrighty. So... let's get our, well, we gotta move in quietly, but let's go investigate this village.
Alright, you're being quiet?
As quiet as we can be in Strikers. I don't know how that works.
I mean, the beautiful thing about Strikers is, while they do have moving parts, and nobody said they greased up, though at least Kante owns engine grease, and I think Arasle does too, because they are both sneaky. But there's not a lot of engine noise, because theoretically Ethereum cores are electrical, so there's not like, like a... There's a slight hum, and there's wheel motions. On the snow, there's probably a little bit of crunch, but they're fairly soft. You can tremble lightly. So yeah, moving silently is athletics.
Alright.
Okay.
With agility.
Let's move, let's do the quiet moving. Olé!
Okay, that's scary.
Oh, okay, good job, me.
99! You trip and fall on your face in the dark.
Actually, no. I guess we're using agility?
Yeah,
This
using
time?
agility.
Oh, this is...
Wow, okay, crit success. You were the knight.
Prettiest of crit. Yeah. Well, it's only 3 degrees, so, I am
What's
the
the-
shadow? I am the
Yeah.
shadow.
Uh,
I'm a
somehow
bit of a
you walk between the snowflakes.
Whoa. You
Okay.
almost fell on your face.
Yeah, so clearly, Bailey just kicks it up into high gear and just cruises on by. He doesn't even bother being silent. He possibly lets out a yapu. He's busy thinking about tracking things, so he just lets his motor speed up. Whereas Arthur is silent. Yeah.
So that's one.
So technically, James failed, but nobody notices because he didn't fail as bad as that other guy. Alright, so you...
nobody. So our James is being not as quiet, but nobody noticed him all the same.
Yeah, nobody really seems to notice that you're not necessarily being your quietest. And I also wouldn't say that necessarily you're doing anything, wrong, it's just you're not... You said it yourself, you're not trained in athletics, you're not used to moving quietly. But anyway, yeah, so Bailey just blazes on forward in the village. You're in the village now. It's very quiet. Very dark.
Okay.
What are you doing? You're in a village.
It's a village.
Yep.
That's... quiet.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see if we can find any signs of life or signs of if anything happened.
Alright.
Right.
So,
Right.
roll... it can be either... Excuse me. It can be either awareness or investigation. However, unless you are using a light, remember to take a minus 30 penalty for pitch darkness.
Okay.
Ah, man.
I'll use the unreliable flashlight.
Dang it.
Or
I
I,
just-
or I I should have cooked Crave Flame and then
Well,
maneuvered around.
I failed awareness. 98.
Oh, that's a great fail, man.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that.
Yeah.
Awareness.
I'm just glad it wasn't on something more life or death.
Yeah, 8 0 0 is critical failure. So this means failing with maximum degree of failure. Hey, James, guess what? You're in Siberia.
Lovely.
Also,
But,
if you guys were trying to be
I'm gonna-
stealthy at all, while you're searching around, you can't see it because it was partially covered by snow, but James, you basically hit like a bucket or pail or something metal and trip over it while you're trying to search around it. It makes a lot of clattering noise which echoes everywhere. Because sound carries over snow.
So, alright, well, with that, I'm going to be like, well, that's
Actually,
good. So.
well, sound carries over snow, but however, snow also kind of absorbs it. Too.
Still, it's pretty loud sound. It echoes around. There's some like stone and brick buildings you could
Right.
run around in. Mr. 1 degree of
Alright,
success.
then.
Mr. 1 degree of success. You come to the conclusion that, in your professional opinion, there's nobody in this village. There's no lights, there's no sounds, there's no heat, which is not a good thing. There appears to be nobody here. There are no recent tracks in the snow, though obviously since it's lightly snowing now, that means that that's not a guarantee of anything. But yes, you can confirm, since you passed, no lights, no sounds, no heat.
That's bad.
Okay. Yeah.
And obviously, yes, this is a small village or town on the rail track.
Yeah. One's okay.
Arthur, you are in Siberia. It is snowing.
I feel like
Funny.
the thematic quote in this whole thing is just going to be "You're in Siberia."
Yeah.
So pretty much I'll just be like, I don't think there's really anyone here. At least in my professional opinion. So we shouldn't really stop to look any more than we have done.
Yeah, but did people just walk off away? Were they abducted? Any signs of fighting?
No.
Well, if you guys
recent
want to
tracks.
put on some lights.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my void stone. Now that it's like no one's here, I'm gonna see what's up.
Alright. Well, it sounds to me like you're trying to investigate a situation.
I'm gonna investigate this situation.
Alright, but there are now no penalties for light because you've got lights.
And since my investigation is shite, I'm gonna spend a point of luck for that plus one. Was it plus 20?
Yes.
It's plus 20 before you roll.
I'm glad I did. So, because I'm at half. What is it? Half what though? That's the question.
Per.
So that's 16 plus 20. Oh, nice. I got 1 degree of success.
Alright. So you look around. You dig in the snow a little. You look for signs of anything violent or whatnot. Well, you notice, first of all, unlike that one ghost town you passed the other day, this village is mostly here. It hasn't been flattened. So that's pretty good. You check, though, like, where the snow is, and you notice, on the rail platform, obviously where, like, the train can stop, the snow is much lighter, as if it's only been replaced recently by snowfall, not building up over a winter.
Right.
You can't see any tracks because it's been snowing. You look around with your keen metallic senses. You do actually find a couple of bullet casings, a couple of shell casings in the snow near the train tracks. They look to be pistol caliber, Scythian, or possibly Fusang. That would be a tactics rule to be dead sure. But it's a pistol caliber bullet. Only looks like a couple.
I could try. Took a thing in tactic.
Yeah, okay. You could pass it on to your medic to see if he can identify it.
Yeah. Pass it back.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay, give me a sec to make my roll.
While he's rolling, I will say you also find, if you look around, a couple of expended bullets in the snow next to it. In your educated opinion, it looks like somebody fired up into the air a couple times.
I think that's a degree of success, roughly.
Alright, so yes,
no,
you
7.
can identify the
That's
bullets.
7.
So it is a success. Yes, this is actually a Fusang model bullet, like the kind that you saw on some of those. If you recall, Second Lieutenant Seraphin said that she saw the armored train unit with mixed weapons, Scythian and new-looking Fusang guns. And yes, to your eyes, the bullet is very fresh and new. It's not been in storage anywhere long. It's a very clean brass casing.
Huh.
And so yeah, it looks like somebody fired a couple shots up in the air. The bullets came back down after they left. There's not really any corpses or anything. You don't find a lot of spent bullets. It smells faintly of something sulfurous, like maybe a sulfur coal around the train platform. And maybe some kind of engine grease or lubricant. And there's a water tank for trains here that is empty, but the coal hopper or whatever is still partially full. It looks like it's covered in heavy enough snow that it looks like it wasn't used. So if you were to make an educated guess, it sounds like your train that doesn't run on coal came through.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they loaded up on water and on people.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did they take their belongings too, or?
Oh, you wanna like go into some houses?
Yeah.
No, actually, you find some places still have plates set out like there was a meal. Any food that's set out is obviously spoiled or frozen over. It's completely, useless to you.
Right.
You find a couple of stray animals who look like they could use a meal. Some dogs and stuff that are kind of left huddled in some of the cold houses. You unfortunately do find some dead animals which are just completely frozen over. And yeah, no, it looks like if anybody had any like obvious valuables, it looks like they've been stolen. Like if somebody had like a painting or something hung up in a wall, there's obviously a blank spot where it was, but otherwise, no, it doesn't look like a lot of valuables were taken or anything. It looks like people were just rounded up, herded on out.
Interesting.
Most of their possessions are still there.
Evil!
Yeah. It's interesting. What I find interesting is the lack of resistance shown. There's no signs of a struggle of any sort. Or I mean,
Honestly, I can understand it. A giant train with a bunch of guns planted at your village. Some guy comes up, pops a couple of shots in the air, and says, "Come now, or we kill you." These people probably aren't fighters.
Yeah. They're like...
And you guys have recently seen a village that was burnt to the foundations and emptied of anything useful. So, yeah.
It's like... But the question is why? Why aren't they taking these people? We must continue on.
Yeah,
Oh, shoot.
looks like further down the border, down towards the border into Manchuria somewhere.
Let's keep following.
Okay, doke. Alright, Mr. Survival Man, roll the track again.
Okay. He's right. Let's see here. Okay, so I failed this roll.
By quite a lot.
Yes.
Mark 4 more hours off your Ethereum core charges
Oh, Jesus.
as you get lost in the dark. You check out some side spurs.
How many hours have we got left on these things now?
Well,
2.
you used 8, so yeah, everybody's got a spare, but you're getting close to your time. And like I said,
Bomber
you
only
basically
got-
Yeah, we'd probably best get back to base to recharge.
Nah, we gotta keep going.
Well, I will say you're at least 4 hours from base
Yeah.
at your top speed. Well, maybe a little less than that, because that could be quite a ways. But still, yeah, you'd have to switch charges anyway. Switch cores.
Alright.
Your spare should be full up.
Well, I
were-
used one for the spare for the magic.
Yeah, but those were before you left the mission. Everything should be free up.
Okay.
Because you haven't been casting spells on the operation.
Okay.
Let's go. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and swap out the spec out and continue on then.
Alright.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going until it's empty. We
So
might
it's,
get,
it's about midnight now. Or a little after. You guys all have watches, which are illuminated.
Mm-hmm.
So you can always tell the time. So, roll another survival.
Sure.
Right.
And the pill.
Yeah,
Any penalties
low light
I
penalty,
have?
remember, minus 10.
Okay, so minus 10. Okay.
Oops. Let me just drop it something.
Okay.
Kind of waiting on the roll here.
I
Yep.
know. Okay.
Ooh, that's a crit.
Sweet.
Alright, so in this case, you're actually able to make up some time. You kind of figure out, since you were going back and forth, you skip a couple of spurs that were like just basically pull-offs where you could, leave the situation and you're like, alright, well, okay, so we know from the map that this thing goes in here or whatever. So you just cut a corner off the loop and you're like, hey, it's been through here. Perfect. So, only after about an hour you're able to come across, and in the distance you hear something repetitive, clunking, metal striking metal repeatedly.
Yeah, that is the sound of the train on the move.
Mm-hmm. It sounds
All
like
right,
it's ahead of you somewhere.
Okay.
You guys can roll me awareness tests to try and find out more.
Alright.
Sure, why not?
Remember your minus 10s for low
Oh,
light.
shit! Okay. Nope!
Sweet.
Oh my god. I need to
Good.
roll.
I rolled pretty good.
I lost my dice like twice trying to roll.
That is.
You need a little
I got a
pad.
degree of success.
All right.
I have awareness, right? Yeah, I do. Of course I do. It's only 50, so that's 2 degrees of success.
All right.
Arthur, you
Now it
really
is-
need to get
Yeah. Now it is Bailey's turn to be in Siberia. Possibly
Hello.
all he hears is a faint, distant ringing noise, reminding him of all those things he blew up. You know, he has a tinnitus attack.
tinnitus.
But those of you who rolled pretty good, in addition to all the rhythmic, machine clanking noise, first of all, you can tell this train's probably not going full blast, maybe because it's dark. They want to make sure they have enough time to stop. But in the distance, you can faintly see a almost ruby red glow, kind of off in the distance, not directly at you, so it's not facing your way. But you do recall that this thing should have a searchlight on top, and it looks like you can kind of see it in the distance. And it's got, like I said, this ominous ruby red color.
Oh.
So yeah,
It's
it
like
looks like
everyone's-
you're within sight, and it seems like it's slowed down a little, so you might be able to catch up to it on your strikers.
Alright, everyone swap cores.
Okay. Everybody tops off with a freshie.
Yeah, I already did that earlier.
So what's going on?
We found the train. You're in Siberia.
Yeah.
You're in Siberia. We're about
Okay.
we just swap cores. We're
Yeah,
about to go
Arthur-
chase it.
Arthur technically issued the order to swap cores. Because he's got mission authority right now.
Okay, I'm
Alright
switching.
then.
Switching.
Yeah, everybody's on the backup.
All right. So is it moving away from us?
Yeah. It's moving further down the track. Basically, you guys, cut off a curve or a loop by going, overland a little.
Okay.
Maybe there was a stream or something that you guys had to cross by a light bridge or something, some kind of terrain feature that the train track wasn't easily run through, but you guys could able to cut across, so you were able to catch up to it a little.
Okay.
All right, and let us give chase.
Alright. Vroom vroom.
Um,
Everyone should catch the train, but at the same time, you guys really should roll piloting.
Oh.
Right.
Oh,
It's a chase.
okay.
Roll agility.
I do not have piloting.
And neither do I.
How do you?
See,
None of us do.
Yeah, and that's technically the skill to operate strikers.
Oh. Oh, okay. I did all right then. All right, nice.
Hey, I got lucky.
Piloting is a key, so I have that.
So yeah, I got.
Don't I want to spend a luck point?
I'm out of luck.
I'm going to spend one.
It's a good place to be in right now, chasing the spooky armored train.
Oh my goodness! I wish I had fleet of foot.
Once you could just book it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is.
You popped a luck to reroll.
No, I just popped a luck
Okay.
to give me plus 20. That's why I rolled.
Ah, of course. So despite the fact that technically you're the slowest, you were actually doing the best as you do a sweet drift turn. Eurobeat hasn't been invented yet, but somebody should be playing it right now. Something deja vu, something been in this place before. But the rest of you guys, you patch pretty good, so you're keeping pace, and you're actually able to accelerate a little and come up on it. You can clearly see it. It's an armored train. I think, did I give it? I probably gave its exact number of cars last time. I don't suppose anybody wrote that down.
Let's see here.
Check.
Just looking through my notes. all I see is okay. The only thing I wrote down about the car thing is supposed to be cargo cars.
Yeah. So let's see. There's probably 4 of those cargo cars. There's obviously the engine. And then, let's see. There's probably a couple of troop cars, like bookending the cargo cars. And then we'll say at the back, there's a command car. You can tell by the fact that it's got a radio or wireless telegraph antenna. And there's probably an artillery car on the back. On the very back. And that's what you guys can see by default as you catch up to the train. And you're coming at it from the rear.
Well, let's see if we can... Well, we can't make it stop, so we're probably going to have to actually jump on.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to cast... Wait.
What?
Can I even cast with... I'm double moving trying to keep up with the train, aren't I?
Not necessarily. You're moving at overland speed. We're not in structured time.
Okay. Well, I'm going to cast Spider Walk on myself then.
Okay.
Okay.
8 out of 44. That's 2 degrees. Does that only last like a number of turns? Let me double check that. Spells!
Okay.
Cast to time. Okay, so number of minutes equal to DOS.
Oh yeah, perfect. So 2 minutes. Yeah, that should be plenty of time. Nice!
You feel like the ether flow through your body and kind of gather your feet and your fingertips and stuff, kind of radiate out from you.
Oh man, if
More
I
flexible
enchant...
and grippy.
I'm gonna enchant my, I should've just enchanted my striker with Spider Walk and just be like, no, I'm just gonna go roll over everything. Fuck y'all. It's like, I would just drive up over this train. But no. Alright, so gonna try and get to the train, latch onto a car.
Okay. You're just gonna kind of grab onto the side?
Yep.
Alright, go ahead and roll athletics. Preferably with strength.
I get a plus 20 there, and then and this is a metal train, right?
Yep.
Yep, so my magnetism comes into play here. So that's plus 40. Doubles only counts on spellcasting, right?
Yep.
Alright.
Okay.
So, strength is 34, plus 40, that's 74. So 22 out of 74, so 5 degrees of success.
Alright. Clunk. You're on the side.
Alright, and I'll reach out my hand so I can assist other people to...
Alright.
Alright.
Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to jump on my stealth.
Naturally.
Thrill Seeker.
Yeah, James is brave, but he's not a thrill seeker, so he's gonna take Arthur's oft-proffered hand.
Yep.
Alright.
It's just
a
athletics jump.
So I think that would be... Let's roll some purr really quick. So Arthur, when you clunk onto the side of the train, you know, there's some armored walls and there's some like sandbags and stuff. Because there's like a mortar and maybe an autocannon or something that's like this. You hear a voice somewhere go. Alright, so
okay,
I'm guessing.
do I need to roll anything?
I mean, if you want to get on the train, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm jumping onto the train.
All right, roll athletics.
What do I need to roll since I'm
If you're going to take Arthur's proffered hand, you can roll athletics as well with strength, but you get at least a plus 10 bonus.
And this is turn.
I think that's all there is for helping is plus 10.
Yeah, assisting.
So, this is going to be strength since I'm jumping.
Yep.
So I believe I'm trying to beat 25 here because James's strength is 29. Have that due to no training in athletics. Plus 10, that's 25.
And I have plus 20 from Thrill Seeker.
What can I do if I use up some luck?
You can spend it before rolling to add a plus 20, and after rolling to reroll if you fail.
Or, yeah. That's it.
There's other stuff too, like degrees of success, but that's not necessarily relevant. Passing is much more relevant right now.
Alright, I'd probably best add 20. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use up a luck point to get one or get that 20.
Yeah, roll. As Bailey successfully hops on the back of the other side of the train, clunk.
Yep.
I believe that should be accurate. Oh no! Wait.
Well, you had a 25 and then you had, yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah,
so,
sorry.
So you pass. So you take Arthur's hand and he kind of just swings you up and over and you grab onto there's like a rail or a ladder or something on the side. When Bailey jumps on, you hear a second and actually, James, since you speak Scythian, you're close enough to understand that was the equivalent of, there's that noise again.
James is going to try and be discreet in mentioning, I think they're aware of something out here.
Yeah, you guys are on your throat mic radio, so you can talk very softly and still talk to each other.
Right. But yeah,
No,
But yeah, I think they're aware of us.
No.
So it comes as no surprise as you start to hear the back door of this artillery car, which is turned into a caboose, kind of start to undog and open. Creak open.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Shall we try and ambush the guy?
Ready weapons.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can draw weapons. Keep in mind, you should probably draw only one-handed weapons because you need a hand to hang on to the side. Except for Arthur, who does not need hands.
He just sticks there like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so then all it would be, I'll be drawing my,
This is why you have pistols.
Yeah. Pistol for myself, yeah.
Alright, so, I'm sorry, roommate's talking to me. What'd I miss?
James said, because he was able to translate, he said that I think they know we're here. And so you were not surprised as the door on the back of this thing basically opened, and then everybody decided they should ambush this guy, so they're drawing weapons.
I will draw a sword.
And also I pointed out that everybody else has to draw one-handed weapons, but because you can spider walk right now, you don't. You can just use your feet.
I'm still gonna draw a sword.
Obviously.
I'm like,
That's theoretically the quietest. I don't think anybody bought any flasher sound suppressors.
I'm afraid the only pistol James has is a flare gun. He's got a quarterstaff, which I think is two-handed, and then the repeating rifle, which is also
definitely two-handed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're probably not going to be able to punch him anyway.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Technically, I think
Yeah.
you're in an awkward position against him anyway because Arthur gave you a hand up onto the train.
Yeah.
And... Anyway, yeah. So
I'll let you guys take him out.
let's roll initiative then.
Okay.
How about ye?
What do I roll for initiative again? I'm trying to remember.
Agility mod,
1d.
plus a d10.
Okay, so that is 12 total.
Yeah, 9 total.
8.
So, guess who rolled a 10?
Okay.
This guy.
Well, let's see if Set's character can take them out first.
No,
No, he rolled a 10.
Yeah, rolled a 10 on the dice.
That means he probably got a
12.
13. Yeah, he got at his agility modifier,
Oh,
Yeah.
which
sorry.
is probably a 2 or a 3.
Yes, it is a 3. So, as you guys draw stuff, the door opens all the way. Some guy who looks vaguely Russian, but he's in an unmarked uniform. He's carrying a lantern in one hand and a pistol in the other. And he notices a couple of freaking land pirates clinging to the side of his train. And he shouts,
This is one of the moments of, what's up?
It's like,
"Alarm!"
Yeah.
So immediately
I know
you
what
can
I'm
start
gonna do.
hearing the train up and down. Several other people start shouting, "Alarm!" And then this lovely gentleman is going to take a crack at the guy with a pistol. The guy with the sword doesn't freak him out as much.
Oh, how little he knows.
eh.
So that's probably going to be Set's character, because,
Yeah.
I don't have a pistol.
Can you say you pulled a pistol out?
No, I pulled a knife out.
Oh. In that case, then he's going to shoot at the guy with the sword, because he's way more intimidating than the guy with the knife.
Hell yeah, I am.
Why don't you guys have
Because I
pistols?
I had no pistol.
You guys are
Why
terrible.
did
You
it-
should all have sidearms.
Yeah, actually,
You know,
no, it shouldn't. Wait, actually, no, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know if
Okay.
the medic and the grenadier get sidearms.
It may be
And
possible that they are like the one class who doesn't.
And besides
Yeah.
that, James isn't one for violence. So
Well,
why
yeah, no,
would
you
he?
have an excuse that you wouldn't be able to hit him at this range anyway. You even with possibly being point blank, you'd have a terrible time trying to shoot people because you don't like to shoot people. Alright, so point blank is plus.
And so yeah, the only weapon I have on me would definitely brighten the guy's day quite considerably. In fact, it would probably blind him. But yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, both the medic and the grenadier, they don't get sidearms. I have a sidearm, but I'm about to shoot and with my fucking sword.
Well, his sidearm is he gets a bunch of grenades and also a bomb.
Only sidearm you need.
What is he? A bomb throwing anarchist?
No, he's your demo man.
Yeah.
That's his job in the unit. Throw bombs. Okay, so what's point blank range exactly? Usually about to 2 meters. Or no, that's it. Point blank any range within 2. Alright, so he's gonna get a good old plus 30 on this. What's his warfare range? Alright. 83 out of 65. Bang!
Oh, okay.
Uh,
This is how we're starting this.
so he misses once. And he's got another shot because it's not a slow.
Oh, that.
Set dice again. Try that again. 84 to 65 again. Bang! He misses you twice. He is very surprised.
I'm okay with this.
Now it's Bailey's initiative.
Go, Bailey, go.
Okay. What's the distance between me and him?
Somewhere within 2 meters.
Okay, that's not that far. So, so
Melee range is about 1 meter.
yeah, I'm trying to remember my actions. It says 2 meters from my. I would have to move in close discussions to do stabby.
Yeah, you'd have to engage fully.
And let's see here, if I move, that would be a half action.
Yep.
Okay, and then stabby would be another action. Okay. Then I'll move to engage and stabby.
Okay. That can be done. You can, in fact, stab. Go ahead and roll.
Okay.
I also feel like we might have to make this another part, because Mart's gonna... Yeah, it's minus 20. Mart's gonna have to go in like 20 minutes, and then it'll be like 8:30, and I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Okay.
And it's minus 20?
No, that's him.
No.
thinking about something else.
Oh,
you have no pluses or minuses.
Okay.
So we might have to make this go yet another session.
Okay, so this is 7 out of what? 35? Yes,
Okay.
that happened. I
You whiff completely.
but completely. I'm not used to fighting on trains.
Hopefully by the end of this, we all will be.
Wait
Alright,
a minute.
lucky number 9.
Alright.
There's barely enough room for you and
Yeah.
Strikers to fit on the back of the train next to Bailey.
What? Quick question. What is this guy wearing? Is he wearing body armor?
Let me double check. I believe so. Yep, he's wearing body armor.
Cool. I'm gonna magnetize him off the train.
Alright. Roll him. He's gonna get ready to roll opposed strength.
Either he's leaving the train or his armor's leaving the train. Either way, I find this to be pretty good. Let me see here. Do I want a quick cast?
Well,
Just in case
he
this
is
goes wrong.
shot a couple times, and he is still shouting,
Yeah, I'm gonna burn a core, so it cancels out. It's a quick cast, so this will be a free action.
Alright.
Oh, thank you. So, let's see, that'd be 32 out of 44 for magnetism. I'm basically going to take hold of his body armor and try and throw him off the train.
Alright, let's see. So, magnetism. I'm sure that you're rolling meters away or towards you. I assume this is technically a towards pull.
Yeah. I mean, I am kind of hanging off the side of the train.
Yeah, no. Okay. You got, what, like 1 degree? So you can pull him
Yep.
10 meters. That's pretty bad for him. The object is held by a
Yeah,
person.
that
Make a
would
strength
send him
roll.
on a nice trip off.
I guess it was this week.
Okay. He makes 33 out of 35. He passes the opposed strength check. So he skids to the railing and then stops. Clank. He is, however, now close to you.
Wait, I thought if he doesn't make the strength, if he makes it, it just means that he hangs on to the item.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened. So he'd still go the distance. He actually wanted to fail it because then the armor would come flying off.
Alright. You make a good argument. I will allow this because it is funny. That's,
Well,
not,
no, that's what
that's
happened.
not necessarily rules as intended, but I like it. So he
Well,
clunks in
I'm
and
also
he goes over
because
the
that's
railing.
what happened. It's also what happened with the when I was using magnetism to try to catch the girl. She kept failing it, and her equipment
you
just
kept
came.
yanking your stuff off.
Yeah.
So he goes tumbling over the edge. Because falling
Is that
off
a
a train going several dozen kilometers per hour is bad.
Yeah. If he didn't, he's probably gonna freeze.
I
Unknown
can
soldier.
roll the impact dice, but I don't think it's needed. It's pretty bad. He's done so.
That's my first magic kill, I guess. I don't know. I'll call it magic kill.
I mean, it counts. And you still
Unknown
got both
soldier.
your actions left.
Yep. So I will move into the car that he just opened.
Alright. How much move? You can move up to your speed.
I got 3, so I hope that's enough to get me around and in it.
Yeah, no, that'll get you in the door. Here's what you see. You see, let's actually, I needed to double check what the requirements for this are. So, normally it's double. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so basically there was that one guy who normally is a gun operator, and then there's looks like they had a table or something set up in here. They were trying to play dice or something while they were just waiting. And there's another guy who's drawn his pistol and is looking at you, yelling farther up the train.
Alright, well, I'm gonna cut yelling guy. Like, cut him so bad, which he's gonna want to cut so bad.
Well, let's see, hold on. Well, how far is a charge? Because remember, the train car is 24 meters long.
Oh, okay. I thought it was smaller for some odd reason.
Nope. And it's 24. But let's see, how far do you move when you charge?
Let me check. Mages of War. Charge!
What was your base movement is 3 right now?
Yep.
Okay. Is that including doubling for the strikers?
No.
You can't, right?
Excuse me?
You double base movement in strikers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, it'd be 6.
Alright. So that's probably
So
like 1 meter to get on and then 5 meters in.
Yeah.
And then where is my charge? Charge. Make a rushing attack towards the enemy. Oh, it's a full action, so you can't.
Okay.
But you would move up to base movement times 3.
Base movement times 3.
Which is 6 times 3 in this case, so a lot.
So I didn't draw a gun. So let me see what I can do here. I've already cast magnetism, so I can't cast it again. What else do I have in my repertoire? Oh, I got warp steel. I could probably do something with that.
Okay, so let's say that he was probably in the center of the train because they were relaxing in the middle. You moved in like 5 meters, so he is about 7 meters away from you. If you're trying to range things.
He's 5 meters?
Yep. No, 7 from you.
Oh, damn, 7. I can only get 6. Oh, wait, within 1 meter is melee range, right?
Yep.
So if I was to move that 6, I'd be within melee range, right?
No, you have moved 6, he is still 7 from you. But actually, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
If you moved again, he would be in range, if that's what you're asking.
Alright, cool. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna make my
So what's your strength mod?
My strength mod 3.
Oh, okay. You can't. So that would be a long range throw for you. I was thinking you could throw your sword at him, but no. It's SM times 2.
Yeah, close but no cigar. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to. Quick question: does he have any weapons drawn?
Yeah, he's got a pistol out. It's a light pistol.
Well, I'm gonna close to 6, and then I'm gonna free cast Shocking Touch.
Alright.
I mean, quick cast.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna do the same thing, burn a charge, so it negates the penalty. And
so you guys are really hoping on being able to turn this train around and ride it home.
The what?
What my understanding is that you guys are really hoping you can take control of this train and turn it around to get home, considering all these charges you're burning.
Yeah, well, honestly, at this point, I'm pretty sure this is a one-way trip, unless we're gonna hole up for half a day while I try to ritual mana battery constantly. Alright, so... Oh, no, that is actually a failure. That is a big fat failure.
Huh.
Alright, well that means you can either let it fizzle or you can push.
I will let it fizzle. I don't want to be fatigued right now.
Alright, you try to swing your free hand up and just basically as you're coming close to him, you're sliding up next to him, you try and channel electricity in your hand to like tap him, but you can't get the concentration together. You've done too much spell casting.
Yeah. Alright. But guess what? Now I'm still in melee.
Yeah, you engaged.
Or get Rex on.
You didn't attack. No, you attempted to attack him, so you're engaging him in melee. That's right. Just because you missed doesn't mean you didn't try and hit him. Alright. So now that's 8, so it's James. At the very least,
James is gonna get into the train with Arthur. Arthur moved inside, yes.
Yep.
So yeah, he's gonna join him in there.
All right. What's your base movement right now?
What is base move again?
It's based on agility.
Well,
So
it's the 3.
Right. Okay, so you double that, so you also get 6.
Okay, so 6?
Yeah. So that means you can, if you took 2 moves, you could be in the same point as Arthur. I don't know if you want to get that close into the fight.
Right. No need to get quite so close, but I at least want to get inside where I'm not likely to get thrown off either.
Yeah, alright, you hop in. I guess that means Marth has to go. So we'll probably wrap this fight up and we'll leave the session, because that'll be like 2.5 hours anyway. Okay. So's. Oh, no, he's back. Oh, I didn't roll initiative for this guy. I need to roll for the second guy. He does not roll as well. Let's see. Should I be nice and not have him go? Or should I have him go now, because he just rolled? And also got an 8.
I think you should go now. I mean,
Okay.
it's an 8, right? That's the same as Curbs?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Alright, so he does not like being engaged. Is there any specific... I don't think there's any specific rules about disengaging from a melee. He just has to take a half action to back up. He will back up all the way. He backs up his full 3 meters. And then he's gonna take a pot shot at Arthur.
We're gonna chump change.
He rolls a 100.
Oh!
His gun jams.
Oh, that is not... Oh, man. I'm sorry. Sheesh.
So, yeah, now he tries to pop you and just... He looks at his gun. He looks at you. He looks back at his gun.
I would like to have the comedic moment of look at the gun with him, then look back at him, then back to the gun.
Perfect. It's perfect timing. Well, it's... Top of the round, you're... Alright, you're 9. Bailey spends his new turn getting on the train.
Alright, I guess it's my turn, so...
He moved 3 meters back, so you can charge him.
That's full action, though. I might want to, like... Well, actually, I would only be able to swing once anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I can always try another free action to swipe him with Shocking Hand, so I'll charge him.
Okay. Charge.
Most move, then move. Yep, okay.
2,
Gain a free melee at plus 20, and gain deal plus 2. So... let's make this go snicker snack. It's 29. And let me do some quick thinking here. 29, I got a plus 20 on my weapon melee, so that's 61, that's 3 degrees of success. Yes.
Alright,
3 degrees of success.
He gets like 3 degrees of failure on his evasion test, so you hit.
Alright, cool. Means
So
my sword is tempered, so...
And you get plus 2 damage from charging.
And bonus, so let's see, it's +2 plus everything else.
Oh, what was your actual roll to hit?
29. Oh, let me put that in there, excuse me. 29.
So I need that for hit location, because that counts for armor.
60.
Or it might not, depending on how much pen you have.
It wasn't 61, I was like 60. Yeah, it was 61, okay.
Well, it's Revenge of the Legs.
Alright, so 6, so 1d10 plus 10?
Lots.
Lots.
It's entirely possible for you to drop this guy in one hit.
Oh no, plus 11, excuse me. My strength modifier is 3, not 2. Okay. Let's see if it's okay. That it might happen. I rolled a 10. So
All right, what's your pen?
8.
Yeah, no, that's the leg. I think he's only got like 4 there.
So let's see. So yeah, so it's 1d10. Rolled a 10 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2. So that's 21 damage.
He had 16 wounds. So you just do a charging low sweep and just take both his legs out from under him, and he is very dead. Shink.
He is dead, dead, dead. Any questions?
Bark.
Yeah. Okay. So
And there's nobody left in this train car. However, you do hear like clanging bells or something, or some kind of alarm, possibly a whistle from up front. So the gig is up with all the gunshots and the shouting.
Oh yeah, they know we're here.
It's great. Now you got to fight your way through the entire length of the train because you jumped on the back.
I'm okay with this.
And that's where we'll pick up next time. I'm gonna call it. You had a fight. You did lots of stuff actually. So let's call it a nice round 200 XP.
All right, I'm 300.
And now, obviously, you probably want to spend it knowing you guys are going to have to fight a lot of dudes.
300 XP, you said?
No,
Oh,
200.
good.
He's got 300 total.
I didn't spend any last session.
So, depending on how much you have from last time, you may also have 300 if you didn't spend any of it. But for this session, 200, yes.
200, you said.
Yeah. And hey, Arthur, you got 2 combat kills of actual soldiers.
Yeah, I'm keeping track of my kills. Because I got, Direbear, 1, trench gun. Direwolves, 2, both with trench gun. Red Scythian, 1 trench gun, 1 longsword. Unknown Soldier, 2, 1 magic, 1 longsword. So
Soldier,
yeah,
they
I'm
do
actually
work.
full track.
Alright, that's good. Any questions, thoughts, or anything? Any comments before I end the recording?
I'm having fun, can't wait for next time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm trying to make the session go faster, but at the same time, there's only so much I can do.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I like to plan things and
No, that's
draw
fine.
things out. I really do.
That's okay. I mean, it worked. I don't think other than a couple points in the beginning when those 2 chuckleheads were trying to figure out what they would do with their lives exactly. That was the only slow point, and that was only for a little bit. So yeah. All right. Well,
Alrighty.
we'll wrap this up next time. I think that will make this like 4 total sessions.
Yeah.